Yo, what is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Yesterday dropped the OB4 patch, dropping Artemis, her aspect, Thor aspect, and a few item changes. Of the changes to the items, the most notable one to me was the penetration changes, reducing how much penetration most mages and hunters can get in their build now by a pretty decent margin, about 10%. And that's across for characters building both, you know, either Totem of Death and Obshard or Titan's Bane and Executioner. After playing through the changes, I think I like how it's end up turning out. I think there is a specific way for protections and for tanks to actually play into the late game. The problem is currently there's still a break point where, you know, you have 35% penetration, 40% penetration, and you're getting up to 1200 intelligence or 450 strength and auto attacking every 2.5 seconds. Like, there's still going to be that break point. And I think that just comes down to 3K pots are just too strong, having them stackable. And that's fine. That's an issue we can deal with later. I think the first 25, 30 minutes of the game, it's at least more balanced for the tank. I think you can actually play tanks in solo, in support. I did a few games, and it felt really good a lot of the games. There becomes an issue, though, where now that the items that do damage have gotten buffed and survivability of tanks have gotten buffed, there's probably just a little bit too much threat that tanks have a lot of the times now. Items like Nemean, Glad Shield, Mystical Mail, Pridwin, all these items have seen buffs over the last 2-3 patches, and they just feel a little bit better where now I can, you know, build full tank and also have 1-2 of these items and threaten a backliner still. I think that's an issue. I think we need to find a spot for a lot of these items for where do they want to lie. Do we want Mystical Mail to be a full tank item? And like, if you have this defense item or this hybrid item with a bunch of defense, you know, how much damage do you need to do? And I think Mystical Mail is actually one of the more balanced ones. I think Nemean's absolutely broken right now. I think Glad Shield is still too strong. I think Pridwin after its buffs is also really strong. So there's definitely items that can be changed. And also, that's not even including the extra damage that like a Sunder would bring you. All in all, I do like the way that they went about it. I like how they reduced them. Again, there is one issue I have with the items that they reduced. I think reducing Rada Tahuti's penetration was really good. I think reducing Totem of Death and Executioner's shred was really good. I think it doesn't look great that Obsidian Shard and Titan's Bane have the same amount of penetration now as Void Shield and Void Stone. I think I would have rather seen even a little bit more drop from Totem and Executioner and keep Titan's Bane and Obshard at that 20%. I think Void and, or both Void items, I guess, are pretty necessity both teams for both ones, unless you just don't have any, you know, magical damage or any physical damage on your team and you just don't need that item at all. But I think those items are almost necessity now, which is pretty problematic. You need to be able to kill tanks 100%. I don't disagree with that. Tanks are just dying too quickly. I also think they need to add CCR to Spirit Robe, but all in all, again, I like the changes that they made. The HiRez have said, I don't know if they said publicly, but they have at least agreed to me that 3K pot stacking is a temporary change just for the late game gold influx. Like, you just have a ton of gold late game. You're getting up to like 10K, 11K before they added the pot stacking. Now you're getting it and you're putting it into items at least, so it feels okay to continue farming. That will change. There is something that they're going to be working on to address late game outside of 3K pot stacking. I do think that there could be a, you know, every 3K pot you buy, the next one costs like 1,000 more, or every 3K pot you buy, it's 50% less valuable than the last one. There are things and steps that they can do. You just get a little bit too many intelligence and strength once you get to the later portions of the game. But this patch was great. I've had a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing Artemis a lot. The Thor aspect is a lot of fun. I'm going to try that even more today on stream. I just want to show you guys a little bit of, or some clips from some games today that you guys can kind of, you know, see. Maybe my damage is too high. How was my survivability? Yada, yada, all that good stuff. I'm actually unkillable. And I was going to show a couple more, and I will show them after this, but I just want to talk about that Mulan build in general. I think there could be an issue also with stacking mitigations again, because I didn't really ever feel unkillable, except with that Mulan build where I had Cloak and then I also had Onis. I was actually just running it down, taking tower shots and just not dying. They also reduced the amount of damage that tower did in this patch. So you can kind of just run through them like I just did and you really don't take that much damage. But keep that one in the back of your mind. Maybe that build as a whole is problematic. But now watch a couple other ones of maybe like my Bacchus and Kabrakan game.
I like how we all knew we weren't gonna win that fight, yet we did it.
That's kind of goofy. Why was she even there? I'm just gonna solo the Mordred real quick. And I'm gone.
Yeah, let me know what you guys think about tanks right now. Have you guys played any games, tried out the penetration, new builds, stuff like that? I'm curious to know what you guys think, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have fun today else. But I'll see you guys again next time. Peace, 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 peace.